Hi, I'm Gilbert Cruz for Time, and we're here today with David Brooks, op-ed columnist for the New York Times and author of the new book, The Social Animal: The Hidden Sources of Love, Character, and Achievement. David, thank you for being with us today.
Great to be here.
It seems pointless to summarize the thesis of your book in a single question, so I thought I'd just give it over to you. What is your book about?
So we're in the middle of this revolution over the last 30 years. Researchers across a vast array of fields have learned a lot about the inner mind, about things that are happening at the unconscious level. And so the book really takes the research in all these different spheres and puts them into one story to give us a better sense of who we are, what's actually going on down there, and to give us a different viewpoint on where the real action is.
Now, it seems like one of the major points you're trying to make is that the rational level on which humans operate is not as important as the unconscious or the emotional level.
Yeah, so we can take in about 12 million pieces of information a minute, and we can be conscious of about 40. And all the rest is happening down below. Sometimes in stupid ways, we all do stupid things, but sometimes in really smart and subtle ways, and it's important to learn what's going on down there.
So you work for the New York Times, being a conservative voice in what is typically considered to be a more liberal newspaper than not, how exactly does that frame affect what you write?
It's mostly the readers, I think, are more liberal than the journalists. And you respect them. And so you're trying to reach them, and you're trying to have a communication with our readers. So I guess it makes you less want to write the column that says, look at us, look how right we are all the time. And you want to write the column that'll persuade people who may start off disagreeing with you, and you think, how do I do that? How do I get it so they will read me and pay attention so they can see this point of view? So I think what it does is it makes you try to be more open and calmer, and not just think people who disagree with you are evil, because if you think that, they're not going to read you.
People read you because you write about politics. I was wondering if I could ask you a couple questions about politics.
Sure.
The first being, is Obama beatable in 2012?
He's certainly beatable. The economy is going to be better, but not in great shape. He's got real problems in the Midwest. Those are states that the Republicans have done extraordinarily well in. And so I definitely think he's beatable. I would still give him a slight odd of being reelected, but he's definitely beatable.
What do you think of the GOP field for 2012?
I'm not overwhelmed by its quality. Some people are interesting personalities like Newt Gingrich, but Newt Gingrich is not going to be president. I wouldn't let that guy run a 7-Eleven, let alone the country. He's a really interesting guy, no management skills. And so there are a couple leaders, Mitt Romney and Tim Pawlenty and Mitch Daniels. I think those are the three. And so I'm not sure there's a huge number of great candidates, and that's of the weaknesses that Obama has. The one strength he has is so far what looks like the weakness of the Republican field.
We'll end with a quote from your book. The quote is, "Maturity means understanding the different characters inside our own heads." Have you gotten to the point in your own life where you understand all the characters inside of David Brooks' head?
Not all the characters, but little glimmers of insight. The aloof character, the family guy, and then just there's like a little stupid thing. But it occurred to me the other day, we all write emails that we think, I wish I hadn't sent that one. And so I had sent a really mean email to somebody who works at the paper, and I happened to have sent it in the parking lot of my dentist. I was on my way to the dentist, and then 2 weeks later, I'm in that same parking lot for another dental appointment, and I'm writing another nasty email, and I think, holy cow, I'm anxious about the dentist, so I'm taking it out on my email partners. So I said, okay, I'm not going to send this email till after I go to the dentist. And so that's like a tiny little thing, but it's being aware of some of the things that are happening, my anxiety about the dentist, all these things flowing through you. And then when you become aware of that, you can adjust. And that's a small example, but I think it's an example of the larger phenomenon of self-understanding.
Some people would say that's what therapy is for. Is your book cheap therapy?
Yeah, I hope so, yeah. It would save a lot of money for a lot of people. But, all good books are that.
David, thank you for talking to us today.
Okay, thank you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thanks.